I'd like to call the Wednesday, November 15th, 2023 Land and Facilities Management meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Yes, sir. Good evening. Mr. Clyde DePlanis.
Here.
Ms. Tina Nakan-Babin.
Here.
And Mr. Henry LaFont.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you very much. All right, item 2, to receive a report from Mr. Andy Positeri on Thibodeau Middle School. Mr. Andy, you have the floor.
Hey, good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So on Thibodeau Middle School tonight, just a quick recap of numbers. We, through the last pay application, have paid about 98% of the contract sum, a little over $28.2 million. Obviously, if anybody has seen it recently, West Thibodeau Middle School is down. They're wrapping up the haul off of the debris from West. And of course, they're currently demolishing East. So kind of a bittersweet thing, but it will look very different in a few weeks. So really not much more. We're continuing to do a little bit of punch list work at the new building, I'll call it. So they're working there. We do get reports from the staff occasionally on a couple of warranty items. And so as those come up, contractors addressing those. They'll do some work over the Thanksgiving break while the kids aren't there. I know that. So they're continuing to coordinate with the principal there and of course staff as well. So that's really the bulk of the report. If there are any questions, I'm happy to receive them.
Any public comment, questions from Mr. Andy? Any from the board members? With none, Mr. Andy, we truly thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Same to you, buddy.
All right. Item 3, to receive a report from Mr. Daniel Bruce on Golden Meadow Lower Elementary School. Mr. Bruce is not here with us tonight, so Mr. John is going to step in and.
Yes, we have substantial completion done on it. So we're doing punch list items, and that is moving along. We're filing the paperwork with the clerk of court and everything to get everything wrapped up on this. So it's basically wrapping up where we're at.
All right, any comments from general public? Questions? Board members, questions, concerns? With none, thank you, Mr. Chop, for the report. Item 4, to receive a report from Mr. Robert Utley on Thibodeau Elementary School. Mr. Robert, you have the floor.
Yes, sir. Thank you all. The job's completed. They've completed punch list items, and they are in the lien period here, which we're just waiting for the time to tick down on that. So the job's completed, except for the lien period, and they can then get it cleared out in the courthouse. Any questions on this job?
Any questions from the public? Mr. Robert, any from the board? Thank you for your time, sir. Okay, item 5, to receive a report from Mr. Bob Bernard with All South Consulting on Hurricane Ida damages. Mr. Bob, you have the floor.
Okay. I won't be as, excuse me. I won't be quite as quick as them, but I'll be quick. So not a whole lot to report from last time. So a lot of things it's kind of rinse and repeat, right? Same thing. So I won't go over everything, the whole list. Just the key project, South Lafourche High School, we're still on schedule to complete that around mid-February. It was mid-January, but that got backed up a little bit, and that's due to material deliveries, etc. But the work is progressing, is doing well. I'll have more pictures next time we meet of the finished product. We'll be done by then, so that'll be in January. So the things I showed you last month really didn't change that much. So not a whole lot new to see there. LCO, same thing. Mechanical work is ongoing. A lot of that work they're going to be doing during the Thanksgiving holidays and Christmas holidays. So that is progressing real well. Miami Blue Building 7, as we know, that one's finished, just waiting to be moved into and occupied this Thanksgiving and Christmas. So looking forward to that. North Rose High School, yesterday, the architect, contractor, and us, we did our punch list inspection for substantial completion. So only thing remaining at North Rose is a little floor work, waxing, mill work has to go in. All the mechanical work is done. So that project is substantially complete. They will move into some of the parts of the building. I think the rest of it, they're gonna wait until next year before they occupy the entire building. So, but they're excited about having their building back, and I guess all the contractors out. The last one is the band building at Middle Upper. As y'all know, we had a little snafu with the building supplier, not doing their due diligence to check the site before delivery. We have that worked out, and I'm gonna let John talk about that a little bit later on when we get to that part of it. Okay? So if you would switch it over, Dean, we're gonna show you a video that Brent Talbot did before and after South Lafourche High School. It's not long, it's gonna be fairly quick. I think they're each about 2 minutes long. So this is the bad, right? Superintendent said it brought back nightmares. And he remembers exactly what day, what time, what they were doing, what they were eating, and where they were. So this is gonna roll and show you the chair building and ROTC. Unfortunately, it still looks like that today. Right? We didn't get a chance yet to demo, but that's in the works. Pending FEMA naturally, but hopefully we can get these two guys taken out, at least get this cleaned up. Doesn't look like this, obviously, right? The breeze picked up, but it's still there. Ag building, marine ops. You can kind of see the devastation that was done to that roof. This is the auditorium. This was covered with wall panels. So that is the original wall that you see here. The panels are totally gone and tore up the roof. Total roof repair had to be done on this guy. Band building survived pretty well. But you'll see in the coming videos that we ended up putting a new cap sheet on the band building, admin area, and library in the 2-story building because they were cut up from debris. It doesn't show in this picture, but there were some damages. This is a 2-story classroom building. You can see here all the wall panels were taken off. Competition gym, no roof. You can sort of tell the damaged panels, right? They got beat up pretty bad. And this low roof on the main building was probably the worst, one of the worst. This is the auxiliary gym. Again, wall panels missing, roof damage on this quadrant. Lots of roof damage on this section of the building. This was a heavily damaged area of the building inside and on the roof. Okay, have y'all seen enough of the bad?
Look at the glasses. A lot of rain.
Rain will do that. This is the field house that we just passed over. You can see the chunks of roof missing, so you get an idea, right, of the damages. So,
What type of roofs would they have?
all of these roofs are called low slope roofs, which they're a mod bit type roof. It's a built up roof system with either insulation, lightweight concrete with 2-ply roofing applied over it that's torched down at the seams. And you'll be able to see the new roof. It comes in rolls. This rolls of roof that you roll out and torch it. You torch it down, and yeah.
Replaced it with the same type of roof?
Same type of roof system, yeah. The C-class roof system. Everything went back like in kind. Right, so this is the good. So starting with the ag building, right, ROTC and cheer are below this frame. Slight difference.
Yeah. Grass isn't green though.
It dries
So they should have painted that way on it.
Well, auditorium, if you remember, this was all going right, so new horizontal wall panels, in auditorium. If you look carefully, you can kind of see the seams of the rolls of the roof that were put in. Band building, again, all new wall panels and band building. But basically, brand new envelope, wall panels, roof, the whole thing. Brent Talbot got a little carried away with the boats, I guess. He doesn't catch the front, but you can get an idea.
French rehabilitator as well.
Yeah. We don't have, we'll get that for the next meeting, we'll get some pictures of the front. Again, new wall panels, 2-story classroom building, competition gym, auxiliary. Again, you can see the striations in the roof that shows the roll roof.
What estimate, how much square foot of roofing is all of it?
Over 200,000 square feet.
200,000 square.
The comic boxes is where the ROTC is working out of right now. They set them up and they're actually using that as their shooting range.
John, who made this happen? Who did this?
We did it with Grand Isle Shipyard.
Okay, nice. Yeah, I didn't think it was done through any of our contracts, so that was something that y'all had done. And these boxes were on site already? They just moved them and put them in position, right? We need to get the invoices for that too, because that should be eligible. You can see Chair and ROTC out here, right? New gas line was put in. This was ripped out. I didn't show y'all that in the first video, but new gas line, Eden Field House. Like it goes all the way back. All of this is new back to the cafeteria, to the mechanical yard.
All the little things, because that runs all the Bunsen burners in the science lab, right, in the chemistry lab. So last year and the year before, we bought them portable bottles of butane, yeah, until we get the gas back.
That's it. Thank you, Brent Talbot, for that.
Yes, it was really nice. Good to see you.
Obviously, he's proud of his work, so why not?
Yeah, right.
If there are any questions?
A question, question and comment. Actually being a graduate of South Lafourche, and of course, when I was there, you might have had one building going back in ancient times. And I don't think many people realize how often, especially with the auxiliary gyms and things that the science labs, everything that's been put in. And I know there's been some impatience. Many people don't understand why it's taking so long. But I think if we can put this video on our website or Facebook showing before and after, and I think people get an idea of how big South Lafourche now is and why it's taken so long. So maybe we could do that.
And long is a relative term, right? Because in our world.
Well, I understand.
But it's perception, right?
It is.
It's hard for people to understand what's involved and what designers did, with the workload and how they put the drawings out and getting into bid and getting the contractors and doing the work out.
And the floors down in the gyms, everything,
Yeah.
people, I understand what
Materials,
the
everything, and y'all hear
the
it.
delays, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
But I think this would go a long way if, hey, man, this is a lot that's been done.
Yes.
So,
So we are ahead of Terrebonne.
well,
Way ahead.
the Fouchon's always been ahead of the Terrebonniers.
Right, any other questions, concern from public or board members? Mr. Bob, I do thank you once again, everything y'all done and continue to do.
Well, it's a team effort, and, I thank the team behind me, but we also have a team in front. Ms. LaFawn, John, Jennifer's not here, Jared, Mr. Superintendent, so these guys have made it happen. So, thank you all.
All right, thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
We're gonna move to the next item 6, which is new business. Item 8, to receive a report from lead accountant, Ms. Shasta, in reference to the ongoing project budgets. We have a replacement tonight.
Son was a little under the weather, so I'm here. As she stated here on the prior month, all funds for capital projects are obligated, and there's no update to that because all funds have been obligated. And
Any questions from the public? Ms. Chastity? Any from the board? None? Thank you for your. All right, item B, to consider a change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs at Galliano Elementary School, 6th Ward Middle School, and East Thibodeau Middle School. Do I have a motion? Motion by Ms. Tina, second by Mr. Henry. All right, Mr. John, you go ahead and take over.
The recommended action is to accept the change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $58,457.29 at Galliano Elementary, 6th Ward Middle, East Thibodeau Middle School. And it breaks down as follows: $12,062.29 to provide LVT at Galliano and 6th Ward schools, $19,968 to repair the existing roof on Building 1 at 6th Ward Middle School, $6,252.50 to repair expansion joints on the roof at Galliano Elementary School, $2,909 to repair additional punctures and open laps in the roof at Galliano Elementary School, $3,338 to repair roof blisters that were found in the roof at Galliano Elementary School, $1,265 to clean out roof drains on bus canopies at Galliano Elementary School, and $12,062.50 to demolish and dispose of the existing shed and replace with a new shed at 6th Ward Middle School. Question? Did you mention anything about East Thibodeau?
No, sir. This project was bid out for all these various sites. East Thibodeau was included in the total project, which is why they're listed in the item, but there's no actual change order relative to that school in this item. Thank you.
Thank you for all that. Any comment from the public? Any from boards? Any other comment from the board? If not, ask you please to vote. Item passes. Item C, to consider a change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs at St. Charles Elementary School. Do I have a motion? Nina first, second, Mr. Henry. And Mr. John, you
The recommended action is to accept the change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $121,954.28 and add 69 days for repairs at St. Charles Elementary School. The breakdown is as follows. We added 69 days due to EHP FEMA review on the project, $1,516.66 to repair damaged subfloor in the faculty lounge, $1,224.25 to sand and finish the existing floor in the hallway in the old building, $5,452.47 to install a new door to accommodate the office being moved, $113,760.90 to install new fire main and components, which would be up to code for the school.
any comments or questions from the public? Any from board? If none, I ask you please vote. And passes. Item D, to consider a change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs at Tip Central. Do I have a motion? Mr. Henry first, second by Mrs. Badman. Okay, Mr. John, you up again?
To accept the change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $29,113.89 and to add 30 days to the contract at Tip Central. The breakdown is $16,921 to paint the exposed soffit, fascia, and end walls. Add 30 days to the contract, $8,229.91 to replace and fasten loose metal panels on the metal outbuilding. and $3,962.15 to repoint the brick pilasters. The 16,000 is not, hurricane related. That is, with all the rest of the work done to the building, the only thing that wasn't touched as part of Ida, because it wasn't damaged, was the fascia and the soffit. We're gonna paint it and touch it up while we have the contractors there. So this was, the add-on to that. The rest is all Ida.
Questions, comments from the general public? Any from the board? Funding source for the 16,000. Funding,
Since it is not FEMA eligible, that would come from the construction.
okay, thank you for that. Any questions, concerns from the board? If not, I should please vote. Item passes. Item E, to consider a change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs at Lockport Upper Elementary School. Motion, please. Mr. Henry first, second, Ms. Tina. Or Mr. John?
To accept the change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $4,475 to remove, clean, and then reset 4 existing basketball goals at Lockport Upper Elementary School. This is outside in the playground outside. They were twisted up, and we're pretty sure they could just be reset back.
Thank you, Mr. John. Any comments from public? Any comments, questions from board? If not, I should please. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Is that part of Camille's court? Is that the basketball court? You probably don't know.
It is.
It is. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just to verify, what was the question again?
I was wondering if the basketball goals were part of Camille's court.
Okay. We vote? Item passes. Item F, to consider a change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs at North LaRose Elementary School. Motion, Ms. Tina, second by Mr. Henry. John?
Yes, sir. The recommended action is to accept the change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $81,954.42 and to add 28 days to the contract at North LaRose Elementary School. And the breakdown is as follows: $24,517.37 to install 4 set of cubbies in the pre-K classroom, $17,600.07 to remove and install kitchen equipment for flooring installation, $39,836.98 to replace storm damaged bricks, and also to add 28 days.
Questions from the public? Any from board?
Yes, on the recommended action, it says the Rose Cutoff Middle School. It says North LaRose and South.
North LaRose Elementary School.
Catchments for Tita. We'll have to amend that.
Got it? All right.
Although he did say North LaRose. Yeah, he said
Yeah,
it right,
I
but it
caught
just
it.
skipped over there.
That will be corrected. And your actions, please vote.
I have a blue here, I can see it.
Thank you, Ms. Marion. Item passes. Item G, to consider a change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs at Bayou Blue Elementary School. Motion, please. Motion by Mrs. Tina, second by Mr. Henry.
The recommended action is to accept the change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $4,500.43 to remove and replace additional fiber cement panels on Building 5 and issue a credit in the sum of $3,344.60 to the contract at Bayou Blue Elementary School. This is some additional panels we found inspecting the site.
Any questions from the public? Any from board members? If none, I should please vote. Item passes. Item H, to consider a change order request for various repairs to a single point of entry project at Lockport Upper Elementary School. And, I have a motion to table it, second by Mr. Henry. There's a motion to table by Mr. Tina, second by Mr. Henry. At this point, we, hand vote, please. For those who would. Item it will be tabled. Item I, to consider a request for Hurricane Ida repairs at Graceland Upper Elementary School. Motion, please. Mr. Henry, first, second, Mrs. Tina. Mr. John?
Yes, the recommended action is to accept a request for Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $2,107 and to add 10 days to the contract for replacing roof rafters on Building 3 at Graceland Upper Elementary School.
All right. Any questions or concerns from public? Any from board members? If not, I ask you please vote. Item passes. Item J, to consider a change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs at South Lafourche High School. Motion, please, Mr. Henry. Second by Mrs. Tina. John, you have the floor.
Yes, the recommended action is to accept the change order request for various Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $34,757 and to add 5 days to the contract at South Lafourche High School. The breakdown of this recommendation is $10,086 to replace several missing doors we found. This is in the auditorium balcony area upstairs. $24,671 to demo and replace the cafeteria laundry room. This is on the porch in the back by the cafeteria where they had a little laundry room. And to add 5 days to the contract.
Any questions, concerns from the public? Any from board members? If not, I should please vote. Item J passes. Item K, to consider a change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs at Golden Meadow Upper Elementary School. Motion, please. Henry first, second, Mrs. Babbitt. John?
The recommended action is to accept this change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $7,161 and to add 31 days to the contract to fill and compact dirt between the grade beams at the modular building at Golden Meadow Upper Elementary. This is the little snafu Bob had talked about. The contractor poured the footings, and we just have dirt that we have to fill in between. This is FEMA eligible. It's part of the process. The site location needed that we have to add dirt here. So
Just want to clarify something. You said 31 days and written is 30. So is it 30 or 31?
it is 30. Yes, sorry about that.
Make a correction. Public comment? All right.
Since it's a snafu, you said it's FEMA eligible, so if FEMA's not gonna reimburse, is the contractor gonna be responsible?
This will be FEMA reimbursement.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
All right, any other questions? Okay, I should please vote. Item passes. Item L, to consider a change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs at La Rose Cutoff Middle School. First, second, Mr. Henry. Mr. John, you have the floor.
Recommended action is to accept the change order request for Hurricane Ida repairs in the sum of $2,310, sorry, to abate the asbestos floors and install new LVT in Building 1 at La Rose Cutoff Middle School.
Any questions, concerns from the public, any from board members? If not, I should please vote. Motion passes. Item M, to consider a request to hire Castle Goodwin Utley Engineers LLC for the Central Lafourche High School generator replacement project. Do I have a motion? Motion by Mr. Henry, second by Mrs. Tina.
The recommended action is to accept the request for, hiring Castagno Goodwin Utley Engineers LLC for the Central Lafourche High School generator replacement project with a construction budget of $73,460. This is to replace the existing generator that was there. The housing has cracked, and due to the age of it, we were looking at more to replace it than it was worth, or even being able to find the parts. So, we use the funding source of,
More to repair.
Repair.
Yes.
All right.
yes.
Thank you, Mr. John. Any comments, concerns from the public? Any from board members?
I do want to just point out, it may be obvious to this committee and everyone, this generator does not run the entire school. This is not a backup generator where the school continues to function in a power outage. This is just to run emergency and freezers. Just so that everybody's clear about what this is and what this is not. This is not the size generator required to run Central Lafourche High School.
Any other questions? Comments? All right, so please vote. Motion passes. Moving on to item N, to consider a resolution authorizing the sale of the Tops North property. Do I have a motion? Second by Mr. Henry, Mr. John.
Yes, the recommended action is to accept this resolution authorizing the sale of the Top North property by private sale. And further authorize the superintendent to execute the act of sale documents on behalf of the board.
And any comments, concerns from the public, any from the board? Would you like to say a little bit about, please?
I think we absolutely need to understand what we're talking about. This is not something we do every day, probably not something you do even annually, right? The sale of the parish school board property. This is a property that has been a liability to the school board for some time. This is a property that has not been used as a school for many, many years, and it's a property that actually has a very decaying old building on it that is now in disrepair. We have a buyer with a written purchase agreement who's willing to buy the property for $150,000. If you read the resolution goes on to state the history of the advertising of this property for sale. It was advertised for sale initially at a price well above this. We had gotten a verbal offer of $300,000 at one point right after we put the property up for sale. That person never put in writing this offer, and then that offer went away. We then received two other offers that this board rejected for $125,000. We now have an offer of $150,000 in writing, and the respective buyer also submitted in their proposal to purchase the property the exact breakout of what it was going to cost to remove the existing building and to have the existing building remediated from the asbestos that exists within it. Those costs are $270,000. So because the building represents, as estimated by his contractor, to have a $270,000 negative impact to the value, that's why the price associated with the sale of this is $150,000. But I will tell you that this property has cost the school board a tremendous amount of money in both insurance and grass cutting services. And this property is not large enough to be a school of the future. And so it is my recommendation that we sell the property to this prospective buyer for the agreed upon price of $150,000.
Any other questions or comments from board members? If none, thank you, Mr. Martin. I ask you please vote. Motion passes. With no other business on the agenda,